Oh, I love disc golf. Disc golf is my favorite. Actually, no, my favorite is my family, but disc golf is a very close second to my favorite. Oh, what have we here? Woohoo, boy, I'm excited today. I got a new box in the mail from Rare Discs. I've got a couple of new discs in here, and the disc just for me. So let's crack this open and have a look. I haven't even opened this yet. Alrighty. Cut away from yourself. Oh, look at that. Thanks. Great job. Oh, and a sticker from Rare Discs. Okay, under the paper we have our first disc. I'm going to tear the paper. Oh my goodness, love this. All right, we have the brand new MVP Dimension. This is an overstable distance driver, and you see the stamp is the Eagle McMahon Elemental Series, the Wind Dragon, and this is also in the fission plastic. So if you liked the fission time lapse, this might be another one for you. The numbers on this are 14 and a half, 503. So it's going to be overstable, but in this fission plastic and at this weight of 166 grams, you can feel a nice wide rim on it. This might be useful. We'll see how it throws. Next, we have, oh, this is my special disc just for me because I don't have one of these yet. You can see the wall of zones behind me. Does not have one of these Z-Flex, the Jawbreaker Flex zones. So that's a great looking disc. I love it, love it. That one's just for me. And then the last one, another one that I'm really excited about, is the brand new Axiom Defy. The numbers on this are 11, 5, -1, 3. So this is a stable to overstable distance driver, kind of along the same lines as maybe a Wraith. And again, in the fission plastic, the weight on this is 164. Wow, okay. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. This should be a real bomber for me. It's very similar to the Photon, which I got in the fundraiser pack for the Canadian national team that was traveling to Australia. So, and I threw that in the field a few times, and I really, really liked it. So I'm hoping that this will be the same in this incredible stamp, this Fission Special Edition stamp. Wow. You know, both of these discs appear to be kind of stable to overstable. And I'm curious to see how these are going to behave for someone like me, because it's important for me with an arm speed in around the 50 to 54 miles per hour range that I get some turn out of the discs that I throw. So will they do that? How will they behave for someone like me? Let's get out in the field and find out. So just looking at these discs, looking at the numbers of these discs, my first impression is, well, maybe these aren't really for me. I mean, obviously the Dimension is going to be a beefcake. I believe it's going to be a beefcake. I haven't watched a lot of video reviews of either of these discs. I'm starting to see them come up now, so I haven't really had a chance to see exactly how they fly for normal human beings like us. The Defy, probably a little bit more. Again, it has very Wraith-like numbers, so it might end up being a much more useful disc. This thing, I'm curious to see how it flies. So let's just give them a rip, shall we? I'm going to try to put these out flat, just try to get them flat and straight. Wow, turn. Why did that turn? It must be that fission plastic. Okay, so let's try to get the Defy out there nice and flat. And I will say this is not what I expect out of MVP. The flashing on this and the trim marks are just brutal. Like, quite bad. Like that edge is quite sharp. Find a good spot to do it, so I'll cut myself up. All right, here we go. Let's try to get this out flat, see if it burns over on us. Pretty straight, pretty dead straight. A little bit of finish at the end. That one flew a bit better. I probably had a little bit flatter release on it. Let's go get a scope on them, see where they ended up. All right, so we see the Dimension there. Let's get a number. See the Defy over there. Back to the bag. .88 yards, so 240, 264-ish, 264 yards. Not bad, and you saw it actually had a little bit of turn on it. Let's get over to that Defy and see how far that went. I feel like this went a bit further. Definitely had a better flight out of it.
93 yards, so 279, almost 280 feet. Not bad for my first throws of the day. I'm not really warmed up yet, so if I had a chance to give a few more rips on it, might end up better. So let's throw them back towards the bag, see how they work out. Okay, so I backed up a little bit. Let's see if we can't get those close. I'm going to try this dimension on a little bit of a hyzer, because it seemed to really want to dump out to the right for such an overstable disc. Low, 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 but it did flip up and turn over. We're going to get another throw on that one. We're going to get a few more throws on that. I want to get that right. But it did, you saw it did flip up for sure. So those numbers might be a little deceptive. Flip up. Pretty much the same flight. That was a lot more stable. That seems to me to be actually more stable than the Dimension. Of course, I could be not throwing them right. Let's get back to them and have a look. So not the best throw out of either of those, but we're going to have a few more rips on them and make sure that they're behaving the way we want. I think one of the things that's important to note here is the fission plastic. Now, the fission plastic is designed to be a slightly lighter plastic for the flight plate, so they can weight more to the edge. Also produce a slightly lighter disc as well. Obviously, the fission time lapses were quite a bit lighter than the standard time lapses. So, and you can see both of these have pretty good dome. They look very, very similar. The parting line on the Dimension seems to be a little bit lower than it does, and that's not just an effect of the color, than it does on the Defy. So let's give this another go. Again, I'm going to try to hyzer flip this up. If I can get it up in the air, that might be helpful. Just like that. Wow, that is gorgeous. That's amazing to me. You're the one that I thought I wouldn't be able to use at all. It seems to be just exactly the kind of flight I'm looking for. Okay, Defy, we're going to put you out on a hyzer and see if we can actually get it to flip up. This one's also a bit lighter too. It's a couple grams lighter than that Dimension. It definitely flipped up to flat, but you can see that is absolutely more stable. I'll look back at the video and we'll see what the hyzer angle was coming out of my hand, but I tried to put both of those on a hyzer and you can see that that Defy seems quite a bit more stable. All right, let's go down and have a look. 94 yards, so 270, 282, 282 feet. Not bad. Not quite what I was expecting, not quite what I was hoping out of that disc. And the Dimension, the one I had almost no hope for, was quite a bit further. All right. Let's see what we got out of that. (110), 330 feet on the dot, and that's incredible to me from a disc with those numbers. So now we're going to try. Let's give them a bit of a forehand and see if we can't get them. There's a tiny bit of wind now coming from the left to right. Let's see if we can get a decent forehand line on them. Maybe we'll give this a little bit of hyzer, if I have that much control. Well, too much hyzer, a little bit up. Pretty dependable. That flew a lot more like I expected out of that. Obviously, you know, my throw wasn't spectacular, but that's pretty much what I was thinking it was going to do. All right, let's try the Defy here. Again, very, very stable. A much better flight out of that and very stable. Landed very close to each other. Okay, here we are. We are at hole 3, Echo Park Disc Golf Course, and the reason I'm here is because there's a very specific shot I'm looking for that either of these discs should be able to handle for me, at least how they're flying today. We've got a dog leg left, we've got a mando tree, which I'll mark right here. You can't really see the basket, it's behind that red maple all the way down and around the corner. My idea is to get the disc up over the mando and then crash it in. You see that I've framed it a little bit wider because I really want to capture that the high flight of this thing. All right, first off, we're going to try the Dimension. And it's not turning, it's not fading at all. Wow. It's way out there. That's as far as I wanted to go, but it just didn't have any fade. That's crazy. For that disc, that blows my mind. And this thing, I bet it's going to be even better. This is just going to crash right towards the basket, hopefully. Yeah, Much better line. That should be, unless it hits that green tree, should be right at the basket. Oh, it's passed. Wow, these are actually behaving exactly the opposite that I expected. Let's go down and have a look. Well, there's our dimension. And it actually got closer than I thought. It didn't look like it was anywhere near that close. Let's, you know what? Let's give that a putt here. Bit of a death putt, but you never know. Oh, thank you, Branch. All right. Well, apparently my membership fees are paid up. Man, was that overstable. There it is. I see it. Deep in there. Can you see? You know what? Let's go in, shall we? Right there. There we go. Out we come. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Make sure to give it enough. Oh no, don't hit the camera. Oh. Well, there you go. The Dimension and the Defy didn't behave anything like I was expecting, but they sure do look like they have a lot of potential. Now, it's important to me that you share this video and share with people that you know have these discs. I'd like to hear from you. What's your experience with these discs, particularly in the fission plastic, and maybe how it compares to the Defy plastic. Now, I think I said in the opening that these are both brand new or new discs, and they're not. They're both approved from, I think, 2017, 2016. They've been around for a while in different plastics, the neutron plastic specifically. So if you have thrown the old versions, how does the new fission plastic compare? And how are they flying for you? See if you get the same result that I do. And hey, remember, practice your putting. We'll see you next time on Graybeard Disc Golf.